It is a chilly 54 degrees out this morning, and I can see myself in the screen over here, and I can tell you I am not unaware of the transformation that has taken place over the last week or two. I've definitely growing out the beard, and I'm feeling a little sunburned and frazzled and just kind of drained. But today's gonna be an epic day. Oh my God, we are going up to Beartooth Highway, Chief Joseph Highway, and we're gonna ride all the way from our spot here, which is in Buffalo, Wyoming, up to Bozeman, Montana. So super excited about this. I cannot wait. It's gonna be a long day. We got almost 8 hours of seat time according to GPS, which means it's going to be, 11, 12 hours with stops and photos and, lunch and fuel and all that stuff. But man, I cannot wait for this. We're getting so close to Glacier National Park. We're 2 days away, but it seems like we would never, ever, ever get there because, looking at the maps, you just get almost to the end of the outward bound trip, then we got to come all the way back, which is a whole nother story in and of itself. But anyway, I just thought I'd kind of do a little introduction on the morning because today's going to be super epic. I got my boys Jason and Tony with me still. Brian headed back the other day, so we had to say goodbye to him. He left from Sturgis, and he's actually back home already, I think. Only took him 3 days to get back there. So anyway, let's do it. Let's go do it, man. It's gonna be so much fun. So we left Buffalo, Wyoming, and immediately found ourselves up in Bighorn National Forest, which turned out to be a great ride with even cooler temperatures and a lot of elevation changes. We stopped at an overlook, and old eagle-eyed Tony spotted these big boys chilling in the swamp down below, munching on their veggies.
Tony, can you do your best Sir David Attenborough?
Do what?
Your best Sir David Attenborough?
Notice the moose foraging in the wild.
The majestic moose. Two brothers, born and raised together, living a life in the wilderness of the Bighorn National Park of Wyoming. I believe I'm kneeling in moose shit right now. That one that's laying down there looks to be ginormous.
Big male.
Huge.
Now sadly, before we had left Buffalo, I realized that none of my GoPro batteries had charged the night before. Oh, no. So I don't have any video from this part of the ride, but I guess that's what cell phones are for, right?
You can't even begin to understand from the camera how big these hills and these cliffs are. And it just goes on and on. This is Bighorn National Park. It's absolutely phenomenal. We had no idea we were going to get some scenery like this. Now there's some scale for you over there. Just incredible. Really beautiful scenery.
You're not really missing much from this part of the ride because it all pretty much looks just like this. Super boring ride, to be honest, but the weather was beautiful all day. Now we made our way up to Chief Joseph Highway, stopped at the Dead Indian Summit Overlook, and I got a short clip of some cell phone video of the valley down below. Oh yay, it looks like rain.
Honestly, we've had so much rain on this trip that I think I've become immune to riding in it, but of course having the Nelson Rig rain gear has been invaluable because it's kept me dry as a bone. But the rain still sucks because it does keep us from getting off the bike and doing some sightseeing or taking photos or just getting off the bike to stretch for a bit. So we gotta just keep on riding.
Alright, so here's what's happened. So we realized we were not going the proper direction to get on Beartooth. I was leading and I thought we were trying to get to Bozeman, and I thought 212 was Beartooth no matter where you rode it. Well, that's not the case. Beartooth only runs from, or 296, whatever it is, wherever that intersection is, we turned left instead of going right. And so we get part of the way and we realize that we're not going to be on Beartooth. And so we had a discussion about turning around and going back, and we decided to go back, even though it's going to take us back into the rain. Well, now we turn around to go back, and there's a truck blocking the road, and they're not letting anybody through. So I don't know if this is just a temporary thing, or if this is like turn around and go home. So I'll let you know in a minute. Looks like it was just an oversized load.
I know this is a little confusing, so just to give you some perspective here, we started down in Buffalo this morning, rode about 4.5 hours up through Cody, Wyoming, and then Chief Joseph Highway, which dead ends here at 212. You turn left, you're heading into Yellowstone, which would take us more directly to Bozeman, but if you turn right, you're on Beartooth. That was our goal. We went left, so now we're backtracking to get to Beartooth, and boy am I glad we did.
Just look at that. Positively inspiring. I tell you, I see stuff like this and it brings a tear to my eye. It makes me feel so lucky to be alive and to see things like this. To live in a country where anybody can come see this. Yes, I know there's beautiful mountains all over the world. This is just... Folks, if you haven't come out here, if you've thought about it, if you've wondered, gosh, you know, is it worth all the gas and the driving? And because, you know, 90% of the country doesn't live anywhere near this. And that's the whole point. You got to get off the couch and come see it, because this will just blow your mind. It's incredible. And there's no way a camera can capture what
what's in front of my eyes right now. It's just leaves me speechless, even though I'm talking continuously about nothing. Oh, it's just mind-blowing. And how lucky are we that the rain is cleared out and we now have this incredible vista in front of us. Wow. What do you think, Jason?
Spectacular.
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 What a fine word. What do you think, Tony?
Nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Onward and upward.
Yeah.
What are we at? About 9,000 feet almost?
We're just over 8,000.
Oh, just over 8,000.
So we're close to 50 miles from Red Lodge at this point, and it's starting to get late in the afternoon, and we've been on the road since about 6:30 this morning. But we are so happy to get out of the rain, and our spirits are rising as fast as the elevation while the temperatures are falling. Now, for everyone that gets queasy with steep drop-offs like you'd see on the $1 Million Highway, you don't get a lot of that on Beartooth. It's mainly broad, high plateau with vistas as far as the eye can see.
This is amazing. What an incredible trip.
After climbing for what seemed to be close to an hour, we finally made it to Quad Creek Overlook, where we parked, and I went down to the cliff's edge to get this photo. Just stunning. Now, I gotta tell you, going down that long hill wasn't that easy, but coming back up, whoo, buddy, at 11,000 feet, I was dying for an oxygen tank.
It's good for the lungs. Woo! Oh, damn it. I had the camera running, but it wasn't facing the right.
If we'd have come earlier, it'd have been raining.
Yeah, I know. Good thing I let us on a wild goose chase. Woo! All right. Oh my God. I just walked probably 150 yards downhill, probably 100 feet in elevation, I guess. Oh, that song is called Breathe Me In by Candlebox. How appropriate. Woo! Man. Oh. I feel like $1 million. That was amazing. We are at 10,825 up there. Oh my God, I wish you could see everything I'm seeing. It's just awe-inspiring.
fiery. Oh my gosh.
From this vantage point, we're about 3,500 feet above the valley below. And I know this because as we descended this dramatic series of switchbacks, the elevation dropped from nearly 11,000 feet to about 7,500 feet. It was probably one of the most remarkable descents I've ever traveled on my motorcycle, and I was truly grateful that the weather had cleared out for us.
I've never seen anything like this before. This puts Rocky Mountain National Park to shame.
From there, Beartooth empties right into downtown Red Lodge, Montana, where we found a rustic little joint called the Snag Bar, where we enjoyed some cool beverages and one of the best burgers I've had in a long time. Until next time, kids, we'll see you in the next video. I'm going to bed.